Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are working on the 2009 Kia Rio and we're going to be doing an oil change. So thank you so much for joining me and let's get started. Alright guys, so the first thing we need to do is we need to get this car in the air. So we're going to jack it up and put it on some jack stands. So as you can see, we're running a donut on this side. This is because my sister blew out the tire while driving to work one day. And so I have some spare rims and tires that I'm just going to slap one of the old ones on here. And we will fix that while we're in the process of doing this oil change as well. So let's do that real quick and then we'll move on to the oil change. Alright, so let's get these poverty caps back on this tire and we'll get it bolted up. Just for your information, we're using a 21 millimeter for the lug nuts, and then we're going to use a 90-pound torque bar. Alright guys, here's everything you need to complete this job. So we got our filter, our oil, and for this you're going to need a 17 millimeter on a ratchet as well as one of these oil filter pullers. So this is all you need. Super simple job to do. So let's get into it. So before you do anything regarding changing oil, changing filters, anything like that, what you're going to want to do is make sure you can get this cap off. So, alright, so that's loosened. We're not going to take it off, but we just want to confirm that we can get it off because, you know, it's scary if you go ahead and do all your changes, like have the oil drained out of it, and then you can't get that cap off, and then now you have a car with no oil in it. So, just make sure you can loosen that before you get started. It's kind of a precautionary measure. Alright, I'm going to take you underneath the car now. Alright, got a rag here. Just gonna try to clean up what I did. So here we have our bolt, and then there's a sealing washer as well. So make sure you get both of those. You're supposed to replace that sealing washer after every oil change. However, you don't really need to, but the manufacturer's recommended. So if you feel more comfortable replacing that sacrificial washer, go ahead. Alright, as that comes to a lower drip, we're going to move towards this front here and get this oil filter off. So first off, I'm going to wipe this down real quick like that. And it's still dripping, but it's okay. I'm going to reinstall my bolt. Alright. So So that's reinstalled there. Cool beans. Wipe that down. So I'm not going to time that because I'll come back to it. Alright, so we're going to slide this pan up. So these can be relatively tricky to get on. Oh, there we go. There we go. So we're just going to loosen that. So we have our new filter here. So as you can see, what we want to do here with this new filter is take some of our new oil and crack this baby open. Like that. Alright, open this up a little bit. And I'm going to go ahead and put the cap back on. Just going to rotate that a little bit like that. And then I'm going to take this cap back off. You can see that there's some residual oil in there. We're going to take our finger, and what we're doing is we're just going to coat this gasket on this oil filter. This is so that we get a good seal on that motor, and it prevents any oil leaks or anything else leaking from this oil filter. So just coat it, give it a nice little coating. Alright, that's all coated up. Put the cap back on our new oil, and now we can install this. Alright, so we're going to wipe down where the oil filter goes. Just wipe down those threads, make sure they're clean. Take our new filter. We're just going to line that baby up. There you go. So we're just going to tighten this hand tight wise. Make sure it's good and snug. There we go. That's on there. Okay. Alright, scoot our oil pan back now. We open that oil drain bolt to get anything that's left over out. A little bit of a pivot there. Okay. Alright, we just have a little bit left in there, nothing big. Wipe down this bolt again. And we're just going to let that. That's fairly good. So I'm going to just go ahead and reinstall this bolt. Alright. Wipe it down. Wiped it down. Now, we're going to take our wrench with our 17mm on it and slide this oil pan out of here. Alright. There we go. Alright. Now you're going to tighten this. So, what you want to do is you just want to go snug and a little bit past. Alright, that's a little bit past. So that's good. Tight. There is a torque spec on that. I can't remember what it is, but it's not a lot. As long as you're careful, you just do tight and then just a little bit past, like a quarter turn past, you'll be okay. Alright. Check that, check that. Cool beans. Alright, let's go to the top of the engine. So I got my funnel here. I'm going to take off this cap. Alright, we're going to make sure that this funnel's clean. Looks clean. Alright, and we're going to set that funnel in there like that. Alright, now grab your oil container that has all your new oil. What I like to do is I like to take a Sharpie and mark how far I'm going to empty this container. So on the side here we have a little view window. So this is 5 quarts, so 1 quart, 2 quart, 3 quarts, and this needs to be 3.5 with filter. So I'm just going to mark in between there. Alright, that gives me a good reference point, so I know how far I need to go. Just like that. Look at that. Alright, open this baby up and we can start filling. Just like that. Putting off your funnel. And then reinstall your cap. Alright. So there's that. Alright guys, so make sure you write down the mileage that you did the oil change at. And I just put general notes. I make a date. And so basically the mileage on the car. Alright. Mileage on this here is 70,000. Okay. So 72,080. Okay. 7280 miles on the odometer, and then today's date is 8/02/2024. all right, so and then with that I record useful information. So I say oil change, and I'll say 5W20. I'll say filter change. Now that's recorded. So then I know when I did that and I can keep track of it. All right. Put that away. You are good to go. So next we're going to get the car lowered and then we'll check the oil, see if we need to add any. So we're going to check the oil real quick. All right, pull your dipstick, wipe it down, put it back in. All right, as you can see, we're right at that full mark. Perfect. And then we're gonna slide that baby back in. All right, check the oil, it looks good. Now you're able to drive the car. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed the video, and see you next time.